Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You know, my Republican colleagues have a point. It's really terrible that some people take advantage of free food and drink to continue their slothful lifestyles. I agree. This conduct must stop. Of course, members of Congress can attend lunches and receptions with free food and drink every single day and sleep on the taxpayers' dime in their offices. Oh, and have the taxpayers do their laundry, too. The House has been in session for a measly 50 days this year, and I've compiled at least 54 receptions, which is just the tip of the iceberg of free food and drink available to members. But even estimating a modest $10 for a glass of wine and a plate of appetizers, that means that a member who attends a reception every night the House is in session has received a benefit of over $500 just since the beginning of this year. That's about the same amount of money as the maximum monthly food stamp benefit for a family of 3. Except Congress members are nibbling on pork sliders and French brie and pâté, while these poor families are expected to feed each family member 3 meals a day for 30 days. That breaks down to about $5.60 for each meal, or about $1.87 per person per meal. Now, I'm sure none of my colleagues would think that they are better than working people who struggle to keep a roof over their heads and food on their tables. And I'm sure all of us are happy to be subject to the same rules that we vote on in this chamber. So here's my modest proposal. The Congressional Electronic Benefits Transfer Card, or Congressional Food Stamp Card. We'll put a little cash in it, say $1.87 per reception, and members can figure out how to make their monthly reception budget stretch to fit their wining and dining needs. Maybe we'll have members carrying their single glass of wine from one reception to another, or maybe they'll blow their whole allotment on one plate of shrimp. Or maybe, just maybe, we will see more members of Congress showing empathy for the most vulnerable in our society. Now, to be clear, there's nothing wrong with private organizations spending their own money on outreach to members of Congress. I've certainly attended my share of receptions, as have everyone else here. But what is truly repellent in this debate is the rank hypocrisy. Here we sit. We get paid $174,000 a year to work 4 days a week here at the U.S. Capitol. And we're considering a bill that would take food assistance away from millions of Americans. Members of Congress can literally walk down the hall for free appetizers any time of the day or the week. And yet Republicans are proposing to deny 265,000 children school meals. Congress can't pass an infrastructure bill or DACA, but we can debate a bureaucratic and ineffective work requirement for people struggling with hunger. Perhaps if my colleagues ran out of funds in their congressional food stamp card and got a bit peckish, they would remember that in one of the richest countries in the world, we should not let people go hungry, period. How can we be debating on whether to starve children whose parents are struggling with low-paying or unstable jobs? You know what should be an unstable job? Giving corporations $2 trillion in tax cuts while slashing basic food assistance to 20 million children, 5 million seniors, and 1 million veterans. I urge my colleagues to vote against this disgusting bill. And for those who don't, I will pray that you regret every bite of free shrimp cocktail and every sip of free wine.